Dillon Brooks he's being a goof. I mean, I would use stronger language, but that's not me. But
Mhm.
God, he's trying to play the victim now
Do you have the
after
quote up?
everything he said.
Do you have
He
the quote,
said
or
he said
do you want me to
I
give it?
feel the media is making me a villain.
Tell
Oh,
me your thoughts,
that
Owen. Tell me your
pisses me
thoughts.
off. It pisses me off. How are you not going to expect that to happen after every bold statement you said in the past 2 weeks? Like
Not
that's
even
just
2 weeks.
ridiculous. Not
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 even
even
2
two
weeks.
weeks. But
Just
I
the
mean,
whole year.
yeah, if you want to talk about just the entire year for sure, everything he's been doing is just it's been idiotic to say the least. And then now to come out and not expect any sort of what's the term? Like, gosh, what am I looking for?
Punishment,
Yeah,
suspension,
any
fine,
sort of God,
repercussion.
yeah, repercut. That's the word. That's what I'm looking for. Any repercussion to not come out of that, I just think he's so dumb. That's just what the term is for it. He's just dumb. Like I don't know what you were expecting,
I
and
mean,
that
I
pisses
mean,
me off.
the man's done just so many countless things this year. From when he was calling Draymond Green's podcast, he was like he can go run to his little blog. When he was just getting chirpy with Draymond, when Kyrie and Luca were out, and he was like, "Oh, they're ducking me. They know I'm the best defender in the league," or calling LeBron old and washed and all this stuff. Like the man, or punching Donovan Mitchell in an injured
Yeah,
groin. Like the man
it's
has just done it
so
on himself.
dumb.
The man has just done it on himself. Um,
And then
I
now,
don't know. I don't know what you thought. I didn't think he deserved to get ejected for the punch. I honestly
no,
didn't think it was intentional.
yeah, I
Um,
mean it was a risky play to go for a steal between LeBron's legs. I
mhm.
don't know why you would think that that's a good idea, but I guess if you're thinking you're a defender like Dillon Brooks is, that you could do anything. But he ended up touching the crown jewels, and he
He
got
did.
punished for it.
No, but I mean, even because you remember watching the Thunder Pelicans playing,
Yeah, yeah,
you remember Josh Richardson literally did the exact same thing.
he
Like
did.
he hit Josh Giddey below the belt while Josh Giddey was bringing it up
Yeah,
court, still in his own back half court, and all he got was I think it was just a tech, which I think is the right call in that play. But it's like because Dillon Brooks is the villain, and he does have this history, as they said for Draymond. He did get
yeah,
ejected.
yeah.
I'm not
But
a fan of the ejection, but the villain thing
it's
is all
just
on Dillon Brooks.
it just comes back to what were you expecting? You brought it on yourself, and I do think it's funny because it is starting to take the same path of Draymond, where Draymond after he got ejected and suspended, he was like, "Oh yeah, I got a flagrant two for something I did 7 years ago."
I thought that
That,
was funny as
that
well.
was funny, and
That
so
was funny.
it's like similar thing for Dillon Brooks, but obviously not to the extent of Draymond because he hasn't been around as long as Draymond.
Or
But
successful.
yeah, literally. But he's just so much talk, and yeah, obviously he's a pretty solid defender, but his offensive game is lackluster to say the least. Averaging in these playoffs 11, 2 and 2. I mean, I don't know about that, especially if you're going to talk how you do.
No,
But
I think I know we both like per sources a lot here.
yeah,
I saw per sources had a funny post. It was like Dillon Brooks shot like 4 of 13, and he posted a video of one of the misses. He's like, Dillon Brooks be talking way too much to be playing like he does.
yeah, yeah. It was like he posted like it was like a turnaround fadeaway, and it just only hit backboard.
Only hit backboard.
It like you can't be talking that much with not a lot to back it up, and then continue to talk, and then now you're obviously playing the victim. It's just it pisses me off. I'll say it once, and I'll say it again. But man, it's just dumb.
Respect greatness.
Meanwhile,
Respect greatness.
yeah, and talking about greatness, LeBron's averaging 25, 11, and 4 in this series at 38, and a lot of the times Dylan Brooks has been on him.
No, and then the one thing I'm happy LeBron didn't do was go for 40, and I'm happy he didn't do that because that's not LeBron's game. LeBron has never been a dude who's
No.
like he's never been a dude who's like I'm gonna pound the rock, I'm gonna post up every time, and I'm gonna get mine. LeBron has always been a guy who, I mean, sometimes to his own fault, as we saw in the bubble with Danny Green. He's always been the guy to just make the right basketball play, whether that's hitting an open teammate or it is posting up. But LeBron is somebody who will always make the right
Yeah,
basketball
LeBron's
play.
too smart for him to take something like that personally.
What did you think about the interaction between them pre-game when LeBron went up, didn't cover the mouth?
Didn't cover the mouth or anything.
Yeah, what did you think about it?
I don't know. I think it's being exaggerated by the media a little too much. It's like, oh, he didn't cover his mouth. Yeah, okay, whatever. It's like you knew it was coming. Well, LeBron, he's obviously he can talk in the post game and pregame media all he wants about how, oh, I'm just gonna go out and play my game of basketball and not let it get to me. But I mean, were you expecting him to not give at least Dillon Brooks something? I mean, come on.
No, he. I'm surprised that LeBron talked to him pregame. I'll say that. I,
Oh,
I wasn't expected. I wasn't expecting Brown to do that because, I mean, even with the Lance Stevenson, I don't think LeBron ever talked to him pregame.
Lance
LeBron just
Stevenson's a goof.
Lance Stevenson was actually like a good heel. He was a good bad guy. Like
Yeah,
he was entertaining. He was a heel that the NBA wanted and needed. Dillon Brooks is just like he's so corny, so
dude.
corny.
Yeah, you want to talk? This is something that we left out. How's Dillon Brooks gonna knock over that cameraman and then not help him up, and then proceed to make remarks about the cameraman? Oh, dude, it's
I
just
remember, yeah,
so
pushing him over.
yeah.
I
He's like, oh, it's just money. Like when he got fined, like what, like 270K. Oh, it's just money. Like, right, you don't care about the cameraman's health. Like, come on. Like he's just there doing his job.
Yeah, I will say this though. I will say this. If I'm Dillon Brooks and I'm his agent, I'm happy. I'm happy because
Publicity.
100%, bro. We have never talked about
No
Dillon Brooks
publicity
more
is bad publicity.
than we have in the last 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And I mean, we'll probably make another reel on what we just talked about, but it's like the if Dillon Brooks did not yap, how many reels would we have on him?
Oh,
Not
none.
a lot. Not a lot. We
No,
might
we
talk
wouldn't
about
have.
him more.
Here, I'll tell you, we wouldn't have any because his gameplay isn't enough to warrant us to talk about him.
We might bring him up in the conversation of decent defenders, of good defenders, but outside of that, it's like nah, I'm
And
okay.
that could be a stretch anyway.
He's a good defender. He's not who he thinks he is on the he thinks he's like the best defender all defense. He's not that.
Yeah, he
He's
thinks
not
he's
that.
like
But
the
he's a
next
good
coming
defender.
of Jesus on the defense.
He's not a good defender. He's not that though.
He's not the great defender he thinks he is for sure.
No, no, he's not. But he's solid.
All right, well,
He's solid.
publicity out of the way. Should we stop talking about him? Stop giving
Yeah,
him what he
yeah,
wants
yeah,
or
yeah,
what
yeah.
his agent wants?